Good afternoon. Just grabbed a quick fresh coffee before I started the stream. Everything should be in order audio-wise. Let me check. Seems like everything is okay. Yeah, mic's working. In-game audio is also working, I think. Double check. Yeah, that's also okay. So I finally fixed my headset, which was causing me issues during the live streams. I had it plugged in with the regular 3.5 jack, but I think that connection on the PC is a little bit, questionable to say the least, because sometimes it was giving me issues with the audio only going to one ear shelf instead of both, and then I had to like give the wire a little nudge, and then it would start working again properly. So what I did is I bought a USB-C to 3.5 millimeter jack adapter, and now I just hooked up the headset to one of the USB-C connections, and all of the problems are fixed. So I think it was the actual PC connection which wasn't working properly. So that's very nice because also the audio now through my headset is way better. It's way more crisp. And it should also mean that the audio in game from the stream should also be less crackling at certain points. So if you notice any difference, please let me know. It should be a lot better. I registered for the Ricard race because that's a very nice track, or at least I think so. And I don't know why it's saying this weird stuff with unable to join the practice server. Yeah. It's working now, so can get in a few more practice laps before the actual race starts. Had a very nice race last Thursday, I think it was, in the last stream. Pretty eventful race. I made a video on that race as well. So if you haven't checked that out, it's on the channel. It's the latest one. And I'm just hoping for the racing to be just as nice today as it was last Thursday. But we'll see. It's a nice track in itself anyway. Very short, as you can see. It's only a 122, 123 race lap. Almost feels like a karting track, or at least it does to me, which is nice, I guess. I clipped the wall a little bit there. As for the setup, I'm running a Barcelona setup for this track. What I do is I lower the rear wing with 2 clicks. So for Barcelona, it's a really high downforce setup. It still is, which really benefits on this track in the final sector, as you can see, because that's pretty twisty. But that's also the area where you can overtake, is my experience. So that's really where you can make a difference in this lap on this track. And most people are running the Porsche or the Mustang anyway. But I like the Lexus. It's also good on the tires, which also helps. This first corner is really tricky, especially in the race. And especially in the first lap, because it's a really short run when the lights go green to the first corner. And yeah, let's just say people get really eager to overtake in the first lap. And this corner, it's all about coasting it in, trying to keep load on the front, and you don't want to have a really quick weight shift from front to rear, because then the car just snaps, which happened to a lot of people in the last race I did. So tires are fairly warmed up, not optimal yet, but nice slipstream over here. Thank you. What is also nice is that you can follow different lines on the track. Yeah, there's more lap time available. I did a 21.7 in the last qualifying. And you can see what a good exit actually makes a big difference. You have a good exit onto this back straight, you can easily gain a couple of tenths. A little bit of track pick, but yeah, I think without the traffic that would have been a 21. Lost a little bit of time there, but it's okay. We're warmed up for the race. Should be a good race. Should be a good one. It's a half an hour race, which means on this track that's about 22 or 23 laps, which is pretty fun actually. So not a lot of registrations, sadly. Ooh, a lot of bronze 3 drivers as well. Well, that's a shame. Only one silver 2 registration. Yeah, so it's going to be one split. So these cars are all going to be in the same race, I guess. Well, let's see. Yeah, I think it's going to be one split. We'll see. Don't think there's a lot of SR to gain in this race. There's only one Silver 2 driver in it, but we'll see. Yeah, that's a shame. I was hoping there would be more splits. So qualifying is, if I remember correctly, 6 laps of fuel. Yeah, 6 laps. Well, at least it's mostly trusted drivers, I would say. One rookie and one player with a warning badge, which isn't too bad. So it should be a fairly even race, I would say. Most important thing is to qualify at the front. You don't want to start in the trenches in this race. So if you, like, there's 28 cars. Everything below P12 is... Yeah, that's a big problem. Then you might as well just start from the pits, because that's deeply in the trenches, to say the least, which isn't favorable on this track. So the most important thing is to have a good qualifying. Try to get a 21. 21 high would be the aim for the qualifying, which should be possible since we did a 22-3 with traffic in practice. So that should be doable, I would say. It's always saying track limits when you leave the pits on this track. That's really weird. Well, let's put first lap in. That wasn't the best exit, but apparently we still did a purple sector, so. That's not too bad for first lap. And now the tires are properly warmed up. Wow, that guy already did a 21.4. Huh. Oh, just a little bit of time there. No, that's a shame. Okay, try again. Totally threw away the lap there.
Time 1:32.39.
That was better anyway. Yeah, that was a way better exit. So if you just joined the stream, we're doing the Paul Ricard race again. Had a lot of fun on this track last week. So it's still available for one more day until the races get renewed tomorrow. Yeah, this is a better lap.
That time was a 1:21.58.
You can see what a difference a good exit on turn 2 means. Already lost the 10th there. Hope everybody had a nice weekend, by the way. I surely did have a nice weekend. Oh, that's better.
time was a 1:21.48.
Up to P4. We might be able to challenge for P3 if we can keep this up. Come on.
Time
Ah,
1:20.84.
pole position. That's nice. No, he just jumped us. No. I thought it was pole, but that's like the tiniest difference. He just jumped us. A little bit over a tenth. Oh, someone else jumped us as well. Oh, I thought it was pole. It was gonna be P3. Oh, I didn't think I had a 20 in me, but so 4 people did a lap in the 20s. Nice.
Teams and drivers go to the grid for a race start.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 59% fuel. Thanks. What's up? Let me double check your name. Hope I'm pronouncing this correctly. Novel View? What's going up? What's going on? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I surprised myself as well. I wasn't expecting a P3 actually. I was hoping for a top 5, but we even qualified in front of the only silver 2 driver in this lobby. So that's nice. That helps for SR as well, or DR as well. Out qualifying someone with a higher driver rank. But yeah, nothing won yet. The most important thing is to have a good start now. But if this is the qualifying pace, then we should also be able to do, I would say, consistent 22s in the race. Given that we don't have any damage or other crazy stuff. It's gonna be close anyway, because it's a short lap. Which usually means that the cars and the grids stays closer together. Which also makes for more exciting racing, if you ask me. But let's see.
Green flag, green flag.
Okay, good starts. Yeah, so they're already fighting for P1. I would say the objective should be to get away from the guys behind us.
Time 1:29.04.
That was a cut, but I'm taking it. Need to clear a gap. It also helps if they start fighting behind us. So I'm not trying to fight this other driver. Just want to stay tucked in his slipstream. I think we lost the slipstream a little bit. Yeah, it does seem like a close field. You're right. Spot on. This is the corner where I can gain a lot of time, including this one, since I'm running a little bit more downforce.
Lap 1:21.64.
Come on. P1 is running away with it. 3.6 seconds. He's quick. it's only lap 4 still. It also seems we have a straggler. Somebody getting lapped. That didn't cost us really much time, so that's okay.
Lap 1:21.71.
Well, fair play to the Porsche, who's letting people go. Oof. Kind of stuck in limbo here.
Day 1:21.62.
The best thing would be if P2 and P3 start fighting, but oh. Another straggler. That cost a little bit of time though.
Lap 1:22.01.
Yeah, he is. He's quick anyway. He is the only Silver 2 driver on this in this lobby. I'm losing touch as well. So now they are starting to fight, but I'm too far behind. Oh, they're fighting. Oh, he's weaving like a madman. Oh, you missed the apex a little bit.
Lap 121.45.
Oh, there he goes again. Weaving. I think he's got him. Yeah. He's gonna overtake him. He already did. Wow. Even before the end of the straight. It has brought me back into the fight, though.
Time 121.26.
Oh, I think he's gonna have a run on him. Maybe. No. Oh, there he goes. Oh, something happened behind me because the gap is quite big all of a sudden. Seems like the Corvette lost it. He missed the apex a little bit, turn one. Yeah, thanks for the words of encouragement. Lost a lot of time this lap though. This wasn't a good lap.
121.98.
But I also think P3 is racking up the track limit penalties. So that might come into play later in the race.
That time was a 121.49.
Barely kept it within the track limits there. I need them to start fighting again. He did another invalid lap. Okay. And he had a bad exit. Yeah, the minute you start fighting, you lose so much time.
Time 122.48.
I think he had another track limit penalty. he's running a lower downforce setup probably.
Time 1:22.25.
Oh, blue flag's coming. Whoa! Holy moly! Wow! That was a big one.
That time was a
Okay, let's hope we don't get into trouble with these back markers. Oh my god. What's this guy doing? Oh my... What in the... What is this? He was just stopping. Unbelievable. What was he doing? What? You're driving in P22 and then you're doing stuff like that. That's just amazing. Terrific. He was just full stopping for the corner.
lap 1:25.19.
These back markers. Yeah, I lost a little bit of top speed because of the damage, but it's okay. We have a fairly big lead to P4. But yeah, here's another back marker, so this is gonna be interesting.
That time was a
Okay, let's hope he doesn't miss his brake marker. Two laps to go. Parking ticket, yeah. I just don't understand. Really, I mean, you're driving in P22. Your race is effectively over. Why do stuff like that? If somebody's who's actually fighting for a podium is behind you. I honestly don't understand. Same goes for this guy. He's all over the shop.
lap 1:22.95.
I mean, come on. Is... He thinks I'm fighting for position or something. What? Look at this. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Well, at least nothing worse happened. That was weird. Those back markers were insane. I have no clue what they were thinking. So what happened to the Corvette? He fell back quite a few places. I'm just gonna say GG's and that's it. I'm not gonna say anything about those back markers because that was, well, Self-explanatory, if you ask me. Couple of DNFs. So this is P20, who's actually like defending his position whilst I'm lapping him. Overslowing, look at this. Taking the inside, what are you doing? Really weird. But that Mercedes was also really weird. This guy, what was he doing? He was in P22, yeah. So he completely cut the track and then just stopped. Yeah. That seemed intentional to me. Well, P3 in the end, so. But yeah, the race contact, I couldn't do anything about that. But all in all, good race, I would say. The driver who took the win was really quick. He had some good pace. But these people were, yeah, questionable to say the least. Really weird. But luckily, we survived. So the next race is going to be this one, I think. Because this is also a nice one to do. So let's just register and put in some practice laps. And also I'm hoping there are going to be more registrations for this race than the other one, because that was a little bit on the low side, if you ask me, the last race. I'm just muting my microphone because I'm taking a bite from some food, so don't want to annoy you with that. Right, let's put in some practice laps. Warm up a bit. So this race is usually a massive fuel saver. But what I did last week was pit lap 5 and then just go flat out the whole race. Also because I don't really like fuel saving. That was a really good corner. Ah. Okay. Nice pit exits. Yeah, just let him go because that looks like an LMP2 or something. Yeah, we had good pace last race. I was happy with that. consistent. If we can have similar consistent pace in this race, then we should be able to do a good result. You always know who the LMP2 is gonna send it. So.
Time 1:43.00.
That's pretty okay, I would say, for a warm-up. Because I wasn't like pushing it flat out, so 42.9 is okay. I would say we're warmed up. Let's see who's actually signed up for this race. Seems to be a little bit more than the last race we did, so that's positive. But also not a lot of silver DR drivers, which is a shame. 1, 2, 3 with silver 2, and actually 1 with silver 3. I recognize this name because I actually won a race against this driver last week on Barcelona. Had some good battles with him. He's a very clean driver. So shout out to him. But I don't see any other familiar names in this registration list. Maybe if I refresh it, it also refreshes the list, but let's see. Yeah, so now it's 52 registrations, but it's only 28 GT3s. But I also think that's because the races get a refresh tomorrow, so probably the enthusiasm for the current races has dialed down a little bit. Yeah, we're still fairly high up in the leaderboards. So for those who don't know, this is leaderboards based on race lap time. So this is your fastest lap in the race. So it's not based on qualifying times. What are people signing up for? Yeah, this only has 10 registrations. This one. Oh, 167. So it's probably, but this is all bronze, yeah. People signing up for the Sebring race, it seems. Yeah, and you can't sign up for this if you don't have a Race Control Pro subscription, so this wouldn't be filled up yet, just yet. So any suggestions on the strategy for the race? Do you guys want to see me fuel save the entire race, or do you want to see me just go flat out? And in that case, I have to do a pit stop, of course. It is doable to fuel save for 3 laps, but it's not really fun if you ask me. Let me just take off my sweater. This is gonna be a long race. Two splits. Let's see where we end up. So in case you were wondering what the poll question is about, that's also because I saw Project Hail Mary last weekend. So it's a small reference to that movie in case you have seen it, or in case you haven't seen it, then my suggestion would be to go and see it because it's a really nice movie. If you're a fan of movies, that is, of course. Okay, let's load up the setup. If I remember correctly, it's 5 or 4 laps of qualifying for this race. I believe it's 5. It might also be 4, but let's just take 4 laps of fuel. How many GT3s? 18. Oh. Yeah, so he is quick. This is a quick driver. We're in split 1 of 2. It's gonna be interesting to see what the strategy will be for most people. My guess would be like 90% of the grid is gonna do massive fuel saving. Well, let's just put in a good qualifying lap first. We're about to race second. Yeah, and next to fuel saving, you also want to save especially the front left tire in the race. Because on all those really long right-handers, that sure gets a beating. Let's just put in a first lap. That wasn't good. That's good.
Lap 143.55.
Well, for a first lap, that's not too bad. That's better. That felt quicker, but it wasn't apparently.
Lap 142.97.
Not optimal, but acceptable, let's say. That's better. that didn't help. Yeah, that's... I would say that's pretty okay. Yeah, happy with that. The pace is fairly okay today, I would say. 142.5. Yeah, that's reasonable, I guess. Well, let's just refresh the tires, fill up the entire energy system. And see where we end up. Some people might improve, so... Doesn't really look like it, though. No, so it's P6 in the end. The tiniest of gaps to P7. Less than 2/10. Or 200s, I need to say. Yeah, so P1 did a 40.8. That's way out of my league. Not that quick. This should be 0.92. Yeah, so that's good. He's still driving? Oh yeah, he is. He's actually going to improve as well. But it's going to remain P5.
Teams and drivers go to the grid for a race start.
Yeah, so starting from P6. So now it's saying pit lap 31, but I probably am gonna pit in lap 5 or lap 4, or after lap 4, I should say, because that's 1, 2, 3, 4 laps and about 3%. Yeah, so I might pit at the end of lap 5 and then just go flat out for the entire race instead of fuel saving the entire race, because that's just not fun. But the first objective is gonna be surviving lap 1 without damage.
Formation lap has started.
That always helps, because doing this race 35 laps with damage is the last thing you want. Managing traffic is also gonna be a theme during the race. Seems like there's both LMP2s and 3s in this race. That's not always the case, because in some races there's no LMP3 sign-ups, and then you're just driving with LMP2 traffic, which is a lot easier because the speed difference is way higher. But you can see there's, I think, about 6 or 7 LMP3s by the looks of it. Don't know why he's braking, but okay. Well, let's go.
Green flag, green flag.
Yeah. Already defending. Thank you. Don't know what that was okay. People are always really feisty in the first lap in this race. I just want to be sensible. There's no, like, absolutely no point in fighting really hard. That only results in the loss of time.
Time 156.53.
Yeah, they'll probably start fighting now, which, like, to me isn't the smartest thing to do, but okay. So far, so good.
That time was a 144.32.
This Ferrari is braking at the weirdest.
Lap 144.19.
So P1 is only 2 seconds up the road.
Time 1:43.49.
So now they're gonna start battling, I think. So we're just gonna do a pit stop at the end of this lap. Because if we try to fight this for the next 10 laps, all it's gonna do is lose us a lot of time. Oh. Ooh, we were lucky there. Okay, so we can do 99% of fuel.
1:48.96.
It's only a 6-second pit stop. We're gonna fall back, but that's okay, because we can go flat out for the rest of the race. And as you can see on the track map, we're already getting overtaken by the LMP2, so we don't have any traffic for a little while. So this helps, I would say. Now you can just do clean laps in free air. We don't want any track limit penalties. So now we want consistent 143s, I would say. Oh my... What is that? How are you rejoining the track? I thought he was gonna sandwich me for a second there. Ah, thank you, Matt. How's it going? You're killing it with the videos lately as well, mate. Much appreciated. Didn't you do the 4 hours of Barcelona last weekend? I thought I saw something like that. Little bit of drifting. Woo! Everybody okay? Just heating up the tires a little bit. That's bad. So in case you're wondering, and if you just joined, we're doing an opposite strategy. So no fuel saving, but an early pit stop. Instead of a late one. So yeah, we might be in last place right now, effectively. But we should be able to gain a lot of time in the next 10-20 laps. Yes, a slipstream would be nice. Thank you. I'm seeing a chat message. Let me wait for the straight to take a look at it. Yeah, you're right, you're right. It's a fine balance. You're totally true. That's totally true, I mean. But the Lexus is really good on its tires, so that really helps. And effectively, fuel saving the race is the quickest way. So I'm really not denying that that's the quickest strategy, but I don't like the fuel save. I just don't like it fuel saving for 35 laps. So I'm trying to do something else. Oh, yellows. Oh, somebody had a crash. No. LMP2's fighting. Stupid TC power cut. I've like this bug where it's automatically adjusts itself. Super annoying. I lost a lot of time there. Looks like nobody's really fuel saving at the moment if I take a look at these percentages, but I might be wrong. So this is the first time we really have traffic in this race. Please don't kill me. P1 has some good pace though. Oh my, what a dive bomb. Unbelievable. I couldn't turn in. That curb is such a killer. Yeah, he's probably gonna start fighting this. I guess he doesn't, yeah, he has the right, of course, to do so. I'm running a high downforce setup, so I don't have any straight line speed. Oh my. Oh my, oh my. He totally took him out. Well, first of all, welcome and good afternoon. Yeah, good question. Well, of course, it's also personal preference. So it's also which car do you like yourself and which car suits your driving style. And it's also track dependent, so it depends heavily on the track as well. And I would say the Lexus is a really stable car with the right setup. It's good on its tires. And I've found out that for me, this setup and this car combination just really works on this track. But I wouldn't say it's the meta car for this track right now. I honestly think that's the Lambo or the Ferrari. But I would always prefer, like, if you have to choose a car, then always choose the car you feel most comfortable with. And that doesn't necessarily mean pick the meta car, because
That
yeah,
time was a
it couldn't fit,
1:44.70.
it might not fit your driving style. And usually you're the quickest in the car you're the most comfortable with, so... Hope that answers your question a little bit. Yeah, that's probably the best way to say it, that the Lexus is a great all-round car. If you ask me, the only area where it really lacks compared to other cars is the race start. It's really slow off the line. So you have to take that into account, but I see P10 is on 9% of energy, so he has to stop for sure. And it also could mean that because we are doing this, we might force others to make a pit stop at some point, but we first have to get close enough for that to like come into play. We are gaining though. Whoa, that was close. This is okay.
Lap 1:44.08.
Yeah, we are really gaining on the other drivers now. Yeah, I think you probably mean the general LMU Discord. That's really busy. Yeah, there's the pit stop. Getting fairly lucky with traffic so far. I think those yellows were for the car in front of us. Yeah, he did a 156. So people also having incidents. Tires are fairly okay. Oh, he crashed again. He's having serious issues. He probably had damage from the earlier incident, I would say. I'm happy with the consistency. Oh, mate. That cost me a little bit there. Still okay though.
That time was a 1:44.
Yeah, so like 1.5 seconds quicker than P9 and P10. They're within 10 seconds now, so that's a good sign. Yeah, we can see them. They might actually be fighting as well.
Time 1:43.58.
Yeah, wait, 1:43.5. That's a good lap. This deep in the race? Yeah, that's good. So we're taking about like 1.5 seconds each lap. Come on. Tires are still good.
Lap 1:43.58.
10 laps to go. Another 43. Then within 8 seconds. And I don't think P7 has enough fuel. Or P8, I should say. Especially this corner, I'm trying to open up the corner as quickly as possible just to go easy on the tires. this one as well. It's a little bit more difficult. So it's 6.4 seconds.
Time 1:44.1.
Yeah, so it's still about a second quicker. Nine laps to go. I would say we should be able to catch them within the next 6 or 7 laps. If I keep messing up my brake markers, that's not gonna happen. No. Ah, that's messed up. Yeah. Now it's gonna be a difficult one.
Lap 1:40.31.
Ah, why did I make a mistake? Oh, P8 crashed.
Lap 1:44.56.
P8 has crashed. He lost a lot of time. No, P10 has also crashed. Oh, that's unfortunate. I would assume that that's because some kind of traffic or something.
Time 1:44.59.
Yeah, so P8 definitely has to pit with only 12% left. He's not gonna make it. But I can't really see if like P6 or 5 also has to pit.
Time 1:44.
Yeah, so still consistent 144s, but I don't think it's enough. Unless people in the top 5 have to pit. Five laps to go. The only thing that's for sure is that P8 has to pit. Yeah, there's the pit stop.
Lap 1:44.34.
So that's another position gained. I would say P6 is also in trouble. Yeah, P6 is also in trouble. Fair play to this LMP2 waiting the corners. Yeah, P6 is not going to make it with 8% and 3 laps left. Or he has to do massive fuel saving. I don't know. Let's see. Let me know in the chat what you think. Is P6 going to make it or not? He is 24 seconds up the road though. Yeah, so he has to do 2 laps with 5%. Thank you. Oh, yellows. Oh, somebody having issues. Ooh, P6 is in trouble. Ah, this is unfortunate. Yeah, it's gonna go another lap, so I would say yeah, he's in the pits.
That time was a 1:44.22.
P5 also in trouble now. The only one who's not in trouble is, well, of course me, because we have enough energy, but also P1, who did an amazing job. It's a shame we made that one mistake. Could have been an extra position, I think, but P8 in the end, that's not bad with the alternate strategy. That's not bad at all. With we didn't do the fastest strategy, so finished within a minute of the winner. GG's to him. Yeah, they were all consistent. Ooh, lots of DNFs. Yeah, this was a fun race. Was a fun race, this one. I like doing something different with the strategy, even though it's not the quickest. Yeah, P8's okay. Nothing spectacular, but with an alternative strategy, that's not too bad at all. Let's see if we actually gain some SR with that. Although it might take some time. I think I'm gonna do this one since it's within 7 minutes of starting. Although it is a bronze race, so might not be the smartest thing to do, but let's see what the results are saying first. GT3. Yeah, so yes, we made it. So it's saying silver 2 now. So this race actually gave us silver 2. That's cool. Let me see. Yeah, so we lost 2 places compared to the start. Strength of field was silver 1. Yeah, so we just bumped into silver 2. That's nice. And the race contact was somebody bumping me in the rear, so couldn't really do anything about that either. Yeah, that's good. That's really good. Nice. Yeah, so it's just barely silver 2. One bad result and we're back in silver 1, I guess. But at least we can say we made it. Then joining this race is probably not the smartest thing, but... Ah, what the heck. Just do it. Driver rating is overrated anyway. Should I take the Ford? That's usually the better car for Sebring. But you also want a car that's good on corner exits. Let me take a look at the leaderboards. What's it saying? Yeah, it's all Ford. Ford. Okay, well. Which isn't a bad car to drive anyway, so I'm comfortable with Ford. Let's take it. Lots of registrations in this one. Yeah, happy with how the races are going today. We had a nice race at Paul Ricard. Nice podium. Then went to Barcelona with a race that with an alternate strategy actually gave us silver 2. But I don't think it's going to be for long because this next race is going to be quite hectic, I think. Lots of registrations. I'm seeing lots of warning badges as well. Let's hope we get into a trusted lobby. Yeah, lots of people with the deadly combo of a warning badge or even a probation and B0 safety rating. That isn't a good look. Yeah, so let's hope we get bumped into a trusted lobby. Not actually seeing a lot of green badges, but there should be enough. Yeah, there should be enough, I would say. Also seeing lots of different nations, which is also nice. Very high variety in nations, which is cool. Seems to be popular everywhere, LMU. That's a good sign. So since we have to wait for 2 minutes, let me just check out the weekly races for this week. So there's one at Silverstone. That that actually might be a good shout for... oh, it's only on one... they're going to be replaced, of course, starting tomorrow. So it's going to be a new one after tomorrow. Or from tomorrow, because this is 1 p.m. at night. Let me check what the new weekly race will be. Just checking the LMU Discord. So starting the 14th of April, the weekly race will be at Imola. Oh, that's nice. So I'm probably gonna stream on Wednesday evening, that is. And then I might do, yeah, I might do this one. I might do this race at Imola at 6 o'clock or 8. So that's actually a nice weekly race to look forward to this week. Imola is a nice track. So definitely gonna try and squeeze that in with the streams this week. "14 seconds to go. Let's see. Sebring is always nice. Nice and bumpy. Those longer races surely are a good calf workout. So we're in split 1 of 21. Yeah, so it's all trusted drivers, which is good. I'm gonna take the TC a little bit down. Qualifying will be 5 minutes, but Sebring is the only track where the first lap actually also is a qualifying lap. Tire warmers are on in these bronze races, so that's not gonna be the quickest lap, but you can at least use the first lap as a banker. 5 minutes. Yeah, so that's gonna be a maximum of 3 laps, I think. So we'll take 4 laps of fuel. Oh, I didn't see that you actually suggested me to try low wing. It's a low wing setup for Barcelona. Does that work? A low wing setup on Barcelona? I actually really like the high downforce one. But I'll check it out. I'll definitely check it out after the stream. I'll take a look. Thanks. Thanks for the suggestion. Okay, let's get this qualifying underway. These with tire warmers, yes, yeah. High grip. Mustang tends to be a understeery car. You keep the brake balance as is, but this is such a difficult corner to get right. Yeah, Ford seems to be the actual meta car on this track. So that's probably the main reason people are taking it. That's bad. Hello. Good afternoon, SimRacing Arnoud. Nice of you to join. You're killing it with the videos, mate. It's, you're pumping out some really good stuff. Need to trail in better that corner. This is such a different car to the Lexus. Yeah, you are. You are. Yeah, stream's going great actually. Racing has been really good.
Lap time was a 2:03.5.
This isn't good. We got some good results today. So, because of the last race, we actually bumped into Silver 2 driver ranking. Oh no, I missed my apex brake marker. Yeah, this lap is gone. But since we're now doing this race, and I haven't done this race all week, my assumption will be that we'll actually lose it again with this one, but that's okay. It's just driver rating, so... That's actually a good exit. Yeah, we have to like take all the risk in sunset now. Let's just do it. No. That's a shame. That's a big shame. Yeah, this wasn't the best qualifying, but it's okay. Well, we are starting in the trenches, though.
Teams and drivers go to the grid for a race start.
So I'm guessing this is like 11 laps? Yeah, Lambo is also... I think Lambo for 1 lap pace is very good on this track. But if you want to take my advice would be to listen to Arnoud, because he has more... a better picture on that probably than me. Yeah, I just want to have a clean start, but I'm hoping the rest of the grid has the same idea, but that's also a big question in bronze races, but we'll see. At least... Oh no, we're starting on the outside, which is also not ideal on Sebring. On Sebring you want to have the inside, because then at least you are backed up by a wall on the left side, so nobody can like take you out. But we'll see. In general, I think the Ferrari is also a good car with this latest update. Yeah, thanks. Thanks for the luck.
Green flag, green flag.
No, somebody... No! Aw, mate! What's up with the dive bomb? Oh, oh man. Absolute chaos. No! Why is he moving in the braking zone? Unbelievable. Let them start fighting each other. That Aston is all over the place. Yeah, he's gonna do something. There he goes. What is this guy doing? I was just keeping my line and he was like tapping me into the side.
Time 2:04.06.
Yeah. He needs to start fighting, but I also don't want to fight him. Whoa! Oh, totally messed that up. Need to focus on my own race. Yeah, thanks for joining, Arnoud.
Time 2:03.57.
Don't really have the pace. Oh, big crash. What happened there? I do have damage though, that also doesn't help.
Time 2:02.97.
Oh no, this Aston again.
Lap 2:02.82.
Yeah. He thinks he can just go to the racing line when there's somebody next to him. That's not the way to defend, man. another big crash. No! Crap. Ah! Totally messed that up myself. Yeah, this is gonna end bad. Somebody under pressure because he rejoined.
Lap 206.11.
Somebody's gotta die. Figuratively. Please don't push me! Oh my... Unbelievable! Yeah, he just blatantly pushed me off the track. Unbelievable. Wow. This race has gone from bad to worse. Oh my god. I got a little bit frustrated because I got pushed off the track. Why are people just... This is unbelievable. Yeah. This is unbelievable. Again, he just drove into the side of me like I'm not there. I'm allowed to take that line to, like, squeeze you a little bit. I know it's not the friendliest thing to do, but why just drive into the side of me then? This is a frustrating race. Now I understand why I usually don't tend to drive the bronze races. Yeah, the car's really damaged. Yeah, the car's really damaged. And these are all supposed to be trusted drivers. I got punted like 6 times. People just driving into the side or pushing you off the track. It's really unbelievable. But yeah, the car's like really damaged, so I can't do anything else. Other than make it to the finish line. It's a shame, but yeah. Nothing I can do about it now, so... It all started with that one Mustang who pushed me off the track. Some people just don't want to race side by side. They're like, okay, you're gonna overtake me, I'm gonna push you off the track. Such a shame, man. Yeah, this is a race to forget really quickly. This was complete shambles. Oh my. What happened with that Mustang? Yeah, it was this lap. Yeah, at this point I was like, okay, I have the overtake done. But he just rams me. How are you supposed to race somebody like that if he just punch you off the track? That's just unbelievable, man. Didn't he have any damage after that? Yeah, this was also... So, There's the tiniest bit of overlap, but he just swoops over to the left. Yeah, this is a stupid race. This was a stupid race. Yeah, back to silver 1, but that was to be expected after that. Oh my, look at this. I'm not gonna do that race again because, yeah, that's just complete and utter shambles. Yeah, you're completely right. Which is a shame though, because the racing up until that race was like amazing. Yeah. On the other hand, I also want to like take revenge and try again because I really like Sebring. Plus, all the other races are like really far away in the as far as the schedule goes. Well, let's just do it again and hope we get a better lobby. But I don't think I'm gonna take the Ford again. I actually don't know which car to take. Oh, good luck. 8 hours of Paul Ricard? Wow. Are you doing that with 4 people or 2? Yeah, thanks. Appreciate you stopping by. That's always the most important thing, people stopping by. Thanks a lot. It's just one race, so it's okay if it's a bad one. Maybe I'll just take the Lexus. Or the Ferrari. Ferrari's really good on the brakes. Yeah, let's just go Ferrari. I actually do believe I have a livery for that, but we have still 2 minutes. Well, it's okay. It's okay. Are there people? Yeah, there's lots of people driving the Ferrari. 439 registrations? Wow, this is one popular race. Yeah, I believe the Ferrari is pretty good on the brakes. Since I was missing my brake marker quite a few times last race. I think that's the best choice, even though it's not a meta car. Oh, really? You also drive the Ferrari? I haven't driven it since this new update, though, so would be curious to know if the handling is still okay, or if they changed that up a little bit, but... Yeah, it's like all Mustangs in the top 200. With the occasional Corvette or BMW. One thing I do find funny. Yeah, it's not amazing when it comes to top line speed or straight line speed as well, but it's okay. We'll see what happens. Usually it tends to be pretty okay in corners and stuff. I've driven it a lot of times on Le Mans as well, like the actual track. Yeah, so again, it's all trusted drivers, but that we know from last race that doesn't really say anything. So qualifying is 3 laps. What I'm gonna do is, I think I'm gonna do it like this. Make it a little bit less understeery. 2 clicks, I guess. Yeah, and the most important thing is, especially on this one, on Sebring, to get a good exit from that corner. Even though the Ferrari might be a little bit underpowered on that. As long as you get a good exit and can keep within the slipstream of someone, you should be okay, but... What's people drive? Yeah, it's mostly Mustangs again in this split. 2 Corvettes. 2 Porsches. 2 Beamers. And 1 Lambo. Huh. I actually can't remember what we did in the last qualifying. I think it was a 203. But we messed up 1 qualifying lap, so... We should be able to do a similar time with the Ferrari, I guess. Let's see. I actually need to adjust my seating position a little bit. Take a little bit more to the front. There's no need to be all the way to the back. This should be okay. Yeah, you can really feel the difference on the brakes. It's so much better on the brakes than the Ford. Feels a lot lighter. with the Ford, you can actually feel it's a heavy car. Like a bulky car. This feels much more nimble. Which is more suited to my driving style, I would say. By nature, I think it's more pointy. The Ford's really understeery. Messed up that corner. Oh, I didn't take enough fuel. No! I didn't take enough fuel and I messed up the lap. That's a shame. That's a pity because this would have been a good lap probably. It didn't make any difference. I didn't count, of course. Yeah. Didn't count. I can't adjust the setup. It's a fixed setup race, so I can't do anything in that regard. This is all fixed. I can only adjust the brake bias and stuff like that. So I have to do with what it gives me. Well, at least we're starting from the back now. That's less potential carnage, I would say. The only way is up. Maybe I'll bump up the traction control 1 click. Yeah, I'll do it like this. Yeah, floaty is also the word. That's actually the best word to describe the Mustang. That's more like a boat. I like a more nimble car. Well, let's see if we can fight our way up to, like, at least P10 or something. Again, we're on the outside, which isn't ideal.
Green flag, green flag.
Good start, though. Oh, I'm getting again with the damage in the first corner already. This is unbelievable. They're racing like bumper cars. They don't care if they hit you or anything. Look at that. He got taken out as well. How's that an illegal pass? I was already in front of him. How was that an illegal pass? I was already in front of the guy. Had to go on the grass because the blue Mustang squeezed me. Again, the blue Mustang. Doesn't surprise me at all. What's up with the Lexus dive bombing from the moon? Couldn't turn in. This guy just sends it into the corner. Oh, more yellows. Yeah, he's gonna do the same thing again. Watch this. Look at him, he's just dive bombing. Now he's just squeezing me off the track. I don't know why. Unbelievable. This is gonna end in tears, I already know. He just threw it in the corner. It's unbelievable racing. And now I'm fighting someone else, so I can't fight back.
05.65.
He's just turning in. Mate! What is going on? Another one! Unbelievable! You... Yeah, I'm gonna do the same. If that's how you want to race. You're just forced to race the same way. I'm not touching this race again.
09.06.
The racing standards in this race are unbelievable. They're driving it like bumper cars, which makes you forced to do the same thing, which is not my style. The damage also doesn't help. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. The car doesn't want to stop anymore.
Lap 2, 0.
Yeah, I'm way off the pace.
5.
Well, it figures that like both the blue Mustang and the green Aston are eventually off track. That doesn't surprise me one bit. More yellows. Let's try and get this Mustang. Yeah, he's running away from me.
That time was a 2:04.52.
I don't have the pace with the damaged car. Yeah, I can't fight with this car. It's a shame. But it is what it is.
Lap 2:04.27.
Yeah, losing a second. No. Why doesn't it want to stop anymore? Is the damage that bad? Yeah, even P20 is quicker than me now. Look at the speed difference.
Lap time was a 2:06.12.
Please stop fighting. It's the last lap, so it doesn't really matter. They're all quicker than me. I probably have so much damage that I don't have any speed anymore. They're all like massively gaining on the straights. What a terrible race. Oh my god. What a terrible race. I'm not touching this one anymore this week. The racing on this track with these drivers is insane. Everybody was sending it in every corner. Unbelievable. Wow. Yeah, that might also be the sign for me to sign out for today, because I don't think it's going to be any better for the rest of the day. So, yeah, I'm leaving it with that today. The first few races were really good, but the last two were, yeah, terrible. Terrible racing. So that's it for today. I'll be back tomorrow and hope to see you then. Okay, bye-bye.